Education system of China. It may sound incredible, but China's formal education system, the oldest in the world, was established nearly 2 millennia ago. In China, Confucianism probably is the biggest influence in education throughout the entire Chinese history. Within the Confucian canon, two texts, the Analects, or also known as Lunyu, and the Zuzi, Record of Learning, are particularly instructive in illuminating the principles and practices of education for early Confucianism. Accordingly, the aim of education is to inculcate the Ren, which means humanity, through the Li, which means the normative behaviors, so that the learners could realize and broaden the Tao, which means the way. To achieve this aim, the curriculum should be holistic, broad-based, and integrated, where students constantly practice what they have learned through self-cultivation and social interaction. Supporting the curriculum is learner-focused education, where the teacher is sensitive to the individual needs of students. The enlightening approach is recommended, where the teacher encourages and guides students using the questioning technique and peer learning. China's education system is a state-run system of public education run by the Ministry of Education. In mainland China, all aspects of educational system, including compulsory basic education, vocational education, and tertiary education, were regulated and managed by the Ministry of Education. Unlike in the Philippines, trifocalization in educational system was adopted, comprising the three government agencies such as the Department of Education, which is responsible for basic education, TESDA, or the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, which is responsible for the technical vocational education, and CHED or Commission on Higher Education, which is responsible for the college and postgraduate education. Moreover, rural schools in China are managed by provincial education departments, whereas the urban schools are managed by municipal education commission. Comparably, education structure and the organizational setup between China and Philippines have similarities and differences. Similarly, both primary education will last for 6 years, and it is intended for children aged 6 to 12. However, the two countries differ with the number of years to complete the junior secondary school, since in China, it will last for 3 years only, while in the Philippines it will last for 4 years. Moreover, for the senior high school education, the China allotted 3 years to complete education level, whereas in the Philippines, there are just 2 years to finish it. All in all, both countries required students 12 years to be spent for its basic education curriculum. These days, education in China looks really impressive, especially if we consider the stunning scores Chinese students got on a recent international testing. The Program for International Student Assessment tests students from 65 countries in math, reading, and science. Last time, the number one in all three categories was China. Some critics may hate of these results. However, China is still a winner in a worldwide school race. The educational system here is pretty rough, but it seems to be very effective. And let's take a closer look. The unbelievable facts about the education system in China. First, 9 years of school. The compulsory education law adopted a decision requiring citizens to have at least 9 years of school education to complete middle school. Second, children begin preschool at the age of 3. Typically, Chinese kids are enrolled in a preschool for 3 years. After 3 years of preschooling is over, they begin elementary school at age of 6. Third, a really long school day. Most of Chinese classes start at 7:30 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. There are some districts that have school days longer than 9 hours, but all schools have classes that last at least 3 hours. Fourth, after school tutoring. Most parents spend more than 14% of their income on their children's education. Financial Times report that in 2008, Chinese parents have spent more than $12.9 billion on additional after-school tutoring. The fifth is additional Saturday classes. Many students attend Saturday classes in science or math. If not, they will have to take part in more than one-on-one tutoring activities. Sixth, more studying, less TV. In fact, only 35% of Chinese pupils watch TV more than 2 hours a day. By contrast, 84% of American students watch TV more than 2 hours. To continue discussing the most unbelievable facts about education system of China, let's proceed to the seventh, which is the most rigorous curriculum in the world. The students of middle school in China are required to study math, chemistry, physics, Chinese, and English intensively. These are the 5 core subjects on the middle school entrance exam they will have to pass. Statistics says that an average Chinese student is a grade ahead in math compared to students of elite public schools in other countries. Next is that entrance exams everywhere. Chinese students have to take entrance exams for middle school, for high school, and then for college. The results of exams and tests and the connections your family have are crucial factors in students' future career. Students that are not qualifying for top schools are left future uncertain. Next, no calculators allowed. Some researchers report that using calculators in middle school makes higher level mathematics more difficult at the university and college levels. And the last one, high level of youth literacy. In China, schools pay great attention to their pupils' literacy. Naturally, the level of literacy is defined as an ability to recognize more than 2,000 Chinese characters in urban areas and more than 1,500 in rural areas. The literacy among young people and ages between 15 to 24 is more than 99.4%. Nonetheless, the Chinese education system is still one of the most rigorous and esteemed education systems in the world. Millions of young students work hard and study every day with the belief that education is the golden ticket to a better life. With increasing Western globalization and culture clash, the Chinese education system is facing some existential quandaries as to how it can be revised to fit the needs of its country's students. That ends my report. Thank you and good day.